Hey there guys, in this video I would like to talk about my pursuit of striking a balance between quality and quantity. So if you don't know me, my name is Martin Harmon. I'm a British artist based in the UK. I create original one-off dreamlike abstract ceramic sculpture and 2D artwork. So we're now in the Curiosity Gallery. So welcome. In this video I just really want to talk about quality, because I feel with each artwork I create, quality and quantity is really important, and I'm always in limbo between striking a balance between those two aspects. I would like to keep creating artworks, keep producing new things, but at the same time I realise quality is really paramount for what I'm doing, and when I talk about quality I mean quality in terms of like the idea I'm trying to convey, or quality in terms of its kind of technical achievement. So I'm always looking to produce artworks that have intrinsic value and ideas, and to have that value conveyed visually through the materials that I use. I want to create art that is a luxury and is appreciated for many years. I want them to be relevant today, but also be relevant in, say, 100 years' time. Currently, I'm only creating original one-off artworks, as I believe this has more value. As I feel for me, they have more intrinsic value, they have more value in terms of being that's original artwork, that it's handmade, and it's one of a kind. You wouldn't be able to find it anywhere else. And and that it will, and that was, and there was also this time and energy and ideas that went into creating it. So what I'm trying to say is that's another reason why I focus on creating original artworks, to really boost up that value and to try and convey that value, but obviously also trying to balance that between creating quantity as well as quality. How much time do I spend to create each piece? For example, you can see this large painting behind me. It's an 80 by 80 centimetre collage painting. I spent about 60 hours just to complete a painting on this size. That's just to give you an example of the amount of time that I put into these pieces, because I really just want to create something that really stands out, that really has that intrinsic value. So for example, in this painting you have all these paper collage, all these paper cutouts that have been meticulously stuck to the surface one by one. So that in itself was quite a long process, and then letting that dry, applying the paints and just building up the layers. So although I try to create quantity, I try to create lots of artworks, I'm also trying to create artworks that is created to the best of my ability, even if it means spending 60 hours to create this one painting. I'll do it because I want to create something amazing, something that I would be proud of to put in my home. And then these are examples of my ceramic sculptures, and the time I put into creating these, I gotta say, it's more than the time I put in to the large painting, because I roughly put in about 68 hours up into creating one of these pieces. I find creating ceramic sculpture is more complex because you have to process the clay, you have to shape the clay on the wheel, you have to let it dry, you have to fire it, you have to apply colours, you have to apply glaze. It's definitely a lot more time that goes into creating these pieces. Yeah, so I'll briefly talk about the process, how I go about making the ceramic sculptures. So they all start on the potter's wheel, and I mostly use shapes like cylinders, cones, spheres, which I throw on the potter's wheel and then I cut up and join together to create those sculptural pieces. I'll give you an example of a piece in the making. It's a piece that I'm currently working on, this wall sculpture, porcelain wall sculpture. And it's made from spheres that were thrown on the potter's wheel, cut together. So I then let them dry out. I'll do a bisque firing, I'll then apply colours, do another firing, apply glaze. So it's quite a long process. So when I say 68 hours, it really is, 68 hours, sometimes more than 68 hours just to create one piece. And I'll just briefly talk about the materials. So this is the clay I use for making my ceramic sculpture. So usually I use a stoneware clay, although I have been using porcelain recently. And and this bag is worth probably about £16-ish for one bag. So I always try to use the best materials I can find, really, to create my sculptures. And likewise I use things like stains to colour the pieces, and that's anywhere from £10 to £20 depending on how much I get. So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say, I really like to buy materials that are of high quality, and because I just want to create something really amazing to look at, and hopefully that will be really amazing for other people to enjoy as well. So I really focus on good quality materials. And likewise, I do the same for my paintings, like my collage paintings. So I use, good materials for that, like varnish and this kind of stuff to mix in with the acrylic paints. And yeah, I mean, the acrylic paints itself is like £30 for a set, and then this is like £16. And then briefly, these are just some of the ideas or references that I take. Obviously, a lot of my ideas come from looking at Stonehenge, stone circles in the UK, and to me that translates into different things like space, time, spirituality, what happens when you die, and different ways of seeing and experiencing, thinking about life in general. And so these images are just some kind of like mood boards or something that can help me visualize or think about new ideas. That all ties into Stonehenge and stone circles. For me, I just want to produce each artwork with as high quality as possible, and with as much quantity as possible, but balancing the two. But at the same time, I want to be proud of my artworks, and I want it to be something that I would like to display in the home. And sometimes I find it difficult to let go of them and see them go off to a new space, because sometimes I just want to keep them. but at the same time, I really appreciate it, that other people appreciate it, and I want to have that in the home. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity. So that for me is the number one thing, quality, quality materials, the process, the time that goes into it, the idea, the overall finish, and trying to be consistent and trying to keep producing, to keep developing my ideas and keep challenging myself and putting new things out there. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and gained something from it. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment and I'll reply as soon as possible. And if you like what I do and want to support me, feel free to check out my Patreon page. And if you subscribe there, you also receive exclusive content. And if you like the video, feel free to like it and subscribe to the channel. Oh, and if you like this video and want to learn more, I can recommend watching Stone Circles England inspired sculptures, and I'll put that video at the end of this one so you can watch that. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care and stay safe. Bye bye.